As an old wisecrack goes, nostalgia isn't what it used to be. Neither are road trips. Long before the birth of satellite navigation and expressways, road travel was about life on the road. A road trip was an elaborate exercise, a moment of immense indulgence, of time, thought, and adventure through a universe we all knew as the Great Indian Highway. Well, the idea of a highway at least. All of it, though, is but a memory now. But it's incredibly fun, and that's exactly what I've promised Ramona. Now, Ramona, MTV days, you, both the Cyruses. For me, this is pure nostalgia. And, well, why don't you wave to our audience first?
Hi!
Well, I've clearly lucked out today because somehow the idea of a road trip from Pune to Goa has appealed immensely to her. And we're doing the drive in a Mahindra XUV4OO, which, as you know, is a really comfortable and rather cool electric SUV. Now, it swallowed up our bags rather easily, and the drive so far, I mean, we've been on the road for what, a couple of hours now, has been really nice, for me at least. And you?
Well, so far so good. I'm just kidding. No, it's been really cool, and I have to say that, I used to do so many road trips as a kid, and I miss that I'm not doing as many road trips. So I'm hoping that this amazing electric SUV is going to change that for me. But that rests in your hands. You've got your work cut out for you, mister.
Too easy. Thanks to the XUV4OO's brilliant highway mannerisms, the first 100 kilometers or so had already gone past without us noticing much of it. What we did notice was the silence in the cabin.
It's so quiet though. It's like none of that old school.
Of course not.
Really? Yeah. But I also think that this compact SUV is really amazing. It's got so much stuff packed into it. But my most favorite thing is the sun.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wait till you drive it then, because I'm sure it'll change that. If you haven't felt a bump yet, it's not because I'm a very good driver. It's because it's just how good the suspension really is. And there's lots of other stuff. I mean, it's got cruise control, so I can just chill down the highway. And hey, look, it's even got 3 driving modes: fun, fast, and fearless.
What is fearless?
I knew you'd ask. Watch this.
Wow, that was insane. But tell me now, don't you feel like it's a bit too much going on? Isn't it distracting having so much going on in a car?
Well, I get where you're coming from, and I mean, I can relate. But the truth is that, and I think that's what's really great about the XUV4OO, is that all of this tech has been incorporated rather seamlessly. It's meant to keep your eyes on the road rather than take them off it. And then there is this peace of mind. I mean, I've got this thing has got an IP67 rated protection for the battery and the motor. I've got ESP. I've got a tire pressure monitoring system. Hang on, wait, I'm nerding out, am I not?
Yeah. It's kind of making no sense to me. Like, all I remember on my road trips as a kid was just kind of being shoved into the back of the car, like 6, 7 of us kids, and for entertainment, like just literally slapping each other silly, pulling each other's hair, screaming, playing stupid games.
Yeah, we're doing none of that today. Clearly, Ramona's idea of nostalgia was rather strange, but childhood and our memories of it are often that way. What's as important as nostalgia is making new memories. And so, we slid our windows down, sang along to some evergreen pop numbers, muted out for copyright purposes and because at least one of us happened to be a disappointing singer, and just had the nicest time soaking in the brilliant landscape. Having travelled a comfortable and brisk 250 kilometers so far, past the halfway point in this journey, it was also time to plug the XUV4OO in for a quick recharge. Or perhaps it was just another excuse I'd been looking for to grab an elaborate bite. Oh, the usual. As we polished off an epic breakfast, the XUV4OO bounced back to 100% charge in just over an hour. This also meant that we were left to enjoy the last 170 or so kilometers without needing a break. The roads, recently ravaged by the monsoon, were a huge mess, but the XUV4OO took it all in its stride rather sportingly. Our perseverance through it all was soon rewarded though, in the form of the most breathtaking scenery. Driving above the clouds, with the XUV4OO silently chiseling its way through the twisty bits, its regenerative braking feature intelligently compensating for the energy lost scaling up the mountainside. Our road trip in an electric SUV was turning out to be more than just a drive down memory lane. A little break really wasn't going to hurt, and I had something I'd been raring to ask Ramona. Look at that.
Stunning. Wow.
Fancy a little stroll.
Yeah, I'd love to. Come.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
So tell me something. Was Bakra really unscripted?
Obviously, you think someone wants...
While Ramona expertly myth-busted television programming through my formative years, she also made sure the XUV4OO easily gobbled up the last 100 or so kilometers. As a bonus, choosing to do this drive in the electric XUV4OO had also been pleasantly inexpensive, and we entered Goa with ample range left and feeling charged up to splurge on our fun holiday. The next morning, as we set off to explore Goa at its resplendent best, we were thrilled to have found a willing, uncompromised fellow road tripper in the form of the XUV4OO. And while we'd made our peace with nostalgia not being what it used to be, our road trips, thankfully, are only going to change for the better.